Do you want a step-by-step guide to beat histamine intolerance from someone who actually overcame it themselves? Then this is your video. So what you have to do, number one, is you got to go ahead and you got to change your diet. You got to realize that your histamine intolerance is not caused by histamine in food. It's caused by actual mast cell dysfunction. Your mast cells are the ones that secrete all the histamine, right? So your mast cells are the ones that are reacting to something over and over and over again and secreting all this histamine internally, which is making your histamine levels rise. And then now you're intolerant to histamine in foods because you have such high histamine internally already. And the reason is because of your mast cells. So what are the foods that actually aggravate the mast cells the most? Well, this is eggs, dairy, nuts and seeds, gluten, processed foods, too much meat. What I mean by too much meat is if you're consuming meat, more than 4 ounces of it a day, that's too much meat, okay? And what you gotta do is focus more on vegetables, fruits, rice, potatoes, beans and lentils, even tofu if you can handle it, olive oil, salt, keep it bland. You got to go through this for at least 21 days, okay? Simultaneously, you want to stop all your supplements. Stop all the supplements, stop it, okay? Because these supplements, most of the time, you are reacting to these supplements. You think they're helping, but if you still have histamine intolerance, then you got to start with a clean slate. You start with a clean slate with the diet. You then, on the other side, you go ahead and start with a clean slate on the supplements. And then you see how far you go with diet over the course of 21 days. And usually people were able to see, you know, half to 2/3 of the way. They get half to 2/3 of the way just through the diet, okay? And then we say, hey, how are we doing with supplements? Were we reacting to supplements, obviously? So did we feel a lot better after removing them? Usually, yes, okay? So then we start very slowly on the supplements. We start with some plant-based magnesium, okay? See how they respond to that, like Aquamin or a Nature's Answer product, the marine-based magnesium. Then we move on to like a zinc from Triquetra Health, which is another great key mineral. Then we do some trace minerals, like some C minerals from Swanson. And then we do selenium from Triquetra Health. And then we go ahead and get the plant-based B vitamins from quinoa sprouts from Swanson. We start to replace all the key nutrients, okay? And we do it in a certain rotation. We don't want to take all of these every single day. That's not how you do it with these minerals and B vitamins. It's not a good solution. So you get the diet set up. The next thing is you get the nutrients set up. The third part is what? You go ahead and calm down the nervous system. Once the body has stopped reacting to foods and you got key nutrients that have been replaced, then at that point, the nervous system should have calmed down enough that the person's getting good sleep, they're relatively stable, they're relatively balanced, the majority of their symptoms have become less severe and less frequent. At that point in time, you got to get them to do the slow, deep breathing, okay? This is ultra slow, deep breathing through the nose, in and out, as slow as you can. Close the eyes, and as you're exhaling, you're imagining the release of this illness, these particles, this whatever you want to envision the illness to be out of you through your legs as you're exhaling through your nose, and you're sighing as you're exhaling. You do this 25 minutes for twice a day, or you could do it for 20 minutes 3 times a day, whatever is better for you, but you have to put it all, you got to go all in with this, because if you're not reacting to your food, you're not reacting to your supplements, they're just calming down mast cells, and you got them all from plant-based sources, they're not synthetic anymore. You're doing your deep breathing, you're envisioning the release of this illness, then what's left? What's left? Not much. You could heal just from that. But if you're not healed yet, then you have to look into mold, because mold, mycotoxins, fungal fragments, all these things can actually be the main player when you're dealing with histamine intolerance. So how do you figure out about mold, right? Well, if you don't believe me, you could start with a Petri dish test. Get yourself Petri dishes for every room, okay? Keep them out for 8 hours. Don't listen to what's on the box. Keep them out for 8 hours. Move them around several times. See what shows up. Take those pictures of it after 5 days of it culturing. Run them through AI and see, do any of these look like water damaged molds or ones that could cause mycotoxin illness or histamine intolerance? See what the response is. See if any of them show up and they are spores that could cause these issues. That'll be an easy way to do it for very cheap. You can get 10 of these agar plates or these potato starch Petri dishes for $30, you know, if you look online. So you do that, you can get a very basic analysis. You want to go more detailed, you want to get straight to the point, get the best analysis possible, you go to mymycolab.com, okay? They have a sensitivity analysis where they'll see if you are actually creating antibodies to the mycotoxin itself. They'll test your IgG for past history. They'll check your IgE for your current history. And if you don't get answers there, it still shows up you're not sensitive to them, then you got to check your urine, okay? The last step, check your urine through Vibrant Wellness. They have a test that tests 29 different mycotoxins, okay? 29 different ones. And if you're extremely high in a few of those, then bingo, you know? So these are the answers. This is how you get out of the situation, all right? you don't need to go overboard. If you want to do anything for your gut, you still need to work on your gut, you still have histamine intolerance, then you got to look for raw colostrum. You got to do the acacia fiber. You got to do the bifidobacterium. You got to do the arabinogalactin. You got to do the apopectin. You got to do things like that. If you are clearly dealing with mold toxicity, then at some point down the line, you do the binders, the carbonized bamboo, the bentonite clay. Like I said, the apopectin, the liquid zeolite, the micronized zeolite, these things. So reach out to me. I'll help you overcome histamine intolerance. I beat it myself. This is what I help clients do. If you haven't seen my website, go to my website, endsickness.org. I get hundreds of articles, hundreds of videos teaching you how to heal from mast cell activation, histamine intolerance, and chronic illness. Thanks for watching.